Hi, Thomas from Field Tennis. I don't know if you noticed, but as I play, I have very long follow-throughs. Whether I hit a forehand or a backhand slice, I have a long follow-through. And if you observe the pros in the warm-up, you will see that they have very long follow-throughs. And today I want to give you a little tip on why do we do that? Or in other words, why do we keep working? Why do we keep extending after the ball, even though the ball has left our racket? When we focus on the long follow-through and we say, I'm going to keep working, I'm going to keep guiding the ball, even though I logically know the ball has left our racket, when you think about, I want to guide the ball, this feeling that you're doing after the contact, in your follow-through, is going to come back to contact. So, because the contact is very short, it happens in a split second, we cannot really track and monitor and correct things there. But what we can do is we can correct things later, because the follow-through is longer and slower, and we can monitor it in our mind, and we can correct some things. We can pay attention to the follow-through. And so as we pay attention to the follow-through and we say, I'm going to keep extending after the ball, I'm going to keep guiding the ball, this feeling from later is going to come back to the contact point. And what it will do is it's going to give us a very clean shot. It's going to give us a very nice swing path through the ball so that we don't go away from the ball too quickly, and then we won't hit it clean, we won't have good control, and we won't have good power. Now what's interesting is, for me as a tennis coach, I noticed that as I was coaching a lot and I had to play very nice balls, I started to extend more and more and more, because this extending after the contact, even though the ball has left my racket, has given me the feel of very good accuracy. So that's why we do it. When we extend long after the ball and we don't completely and immediately relax. So when we hit the ball, we don't relax immediately, but we keep extending, so my muscles are still working, I haven't relaxed yet. When we do that, you're going to experience that you have better control and better accuracy. I want to give you a few examples now that I can also play without extending. I can just hit the ball and that's it, I'm done, and I can still play. So first I'm going to show you from the side view and then from the back view. So as you can see, I can still play. I can play a slice with a very short movement. I can play a forehand with a very short movement. Here's a slice, very short movement. Forehand, I can do like this. I'm still playing tennis. Backhand, I can do like this. So I can still play, and that sometimes is misleading to players, because they're doing these short movements. They can play tennis and they don't know that something is not right. So here's from the back view. I'm going to play a little bit with short movements, short follow-throughs, and you can see I can play. Here's a short forehand. I don't have a long follow-through. I can do like this, and the ball goes in. I can do a slice like this. And so players again do that, and the ball goes in the court. They can even play a deep ball, and they don't feel that something is wrong, because they can play. So what I want to share with you today is that you should try and see what happens if you keep working. Even though the ball has left your racket, I want you to try and keep extending after the ball as if you have a remote control. Sometimes I feel like that. I have a remote control, especially on a backhand slice. When I get a low ball and I'm lifting the ball, I can see the ball flying, and I feel that I am lifting it with my movement, even though the ball has long left my racket. So in reality that's not true, but that's how I feel. And the same I feel for the forehand or backhand. As I am extending long after the ball, I control direction and I feel I can gain better depth. So again, it's a feeling that we have, it's not reality. But what this happens again, it affects the contact point. As we focus a bit on extending after contact, the contact point where the actual hit happens will also change a little bit. It will become more clean, more solid. So here's a little bit, I'll try and play normal, how I normally do, and I like to really feel like following the ball there. And on the forehand I follow the ball there, and I feel that the ball obeys me. It's listening to what I want. I say there, and the ball comes, I say there, and I can extend a bit there. And so even though on this slice, for example, the ball has long left my racket, and I feel that at the end I am lifting my arm from downwards movement, I'm lifting my arm. Somehow it feels like the ball is also coming up a bit and extending its flight. So try this idea. You've probably heard it before, like hit through 4 balls, extend after the ball, guide the ball, and something like that. It is a valid idea. It is a really good idea, and if you're not doing it, try and start it, see what happens.